it feels disrespectful to say One Piece is the best anime of all time. One Piece is the best media of all time. I feel sad for people who have not watched One Piece. People see shonen for fight scenes and power dynamics, but for me, it's the things One Piece says that makes it beautiful. The person I respect the most out of this world is Eiichiro Oda because he is a literal madman. Just the last 7 chapters after the 1-month break are jam-packed with revelations and info dumps that shakes the entire core of the story. I love how Oda has built up this massive world. He has fleshed out the world so much, it's insane what this man has written in a quarter of a century. Through his pen, he has made us readers aware of different real-life problems. Firstly, let's discuss racism. Racism is a difficult topic to talk about. Don't even dare to speak on it if you are not educated on it. The way Oda used Fisher Tiger is just genius. In One Piece, people discriminate against the fishmen. They think fishmen are fishes with legs and hands. They have disregarded their intelligence, only seeing their appearance. People, especially the celestial dragons, strip their freedom from them, name tagging them as slaves. How these celestials treat these slaves is so infuriating. And that is where the genius of Fisher Tigers comes to play. Fisher Tiger is a fishman admired by a lot of fishmen. One day, he ventured out to the sky hoping to explore the seas. Many years passed and there was no word from Fisher Tiger. After disappearing for years, he finally returns to Fishman Island. At first, he greets everyone with a big smile on his face. However, it was not happily ever after all. When the king asked what happened to you in the past years, do you remember what Fisher Tiger reply was? It was, human nature happened. That was one of the most powerful lines I have ever read in my life. The same fishman that did those horrible things to Nami, now in retrospect, makes so much sense. You would not root for Arlong, but you damn sure understand why that man did those things. Those humans who call fishmen beasts are beasts themselves. Now, Fisher Tiger's life goal is to free all the fishmen. He climbs the red line and declares war on the world government. Fisher Tiger could have freed the fishmen only, but he freed the humans as well, which shows how kind Fisher Tiger was. However, there is one insanely beautiful conclusion to this. While saving Koala, Fisher Tiger weeps to Jinbei. He says, I do not want to be a monster. I want to love humans. Tiger wants to end this cycle of racism, but he could not bring himself to love humans. He knows that hating humans would only add fuel to the fire, but he still could not convince himself to love them. At the end phase of his life, the humans as they are betray the noble Fisher Tiger. Fisher Tiger is in desperate need of a blood transfusion, but no crew member has the same blood type as him. The only blood that could save his life was inside of a human. Do you know what Fisher Tiger says after learning this? He says, do not put the vile blood of humans inside my body. He died even if he could have been saved by the same blood he wished he loved. Fisher Tiger was such a layered character. The conflict he had felt so real and from the heart. My heart goes to Fisher Tiger because at the end of the day, he wanted to stop the prejudice given against fishmen. However, he could not swallow his rage and grief. He did ask Jinbei to love humans, and this is another thing that makes Fisher Tiger such a beautiful person. At the end of Fishman Island arc, Luffy needs a blood transfusion. No Straw Hat has the same blood group as him, only Jinbei has the same blood group as Luffy. With no hesitation, Jinbei offers his blood to Luffy, and Luffy gladly accepts it. The blood transfusion between Luffy and Jinbei is some of the most beautiful scenes in One Piece. This whole full circle at the end of the arc sends shivers down my spine. Oda is such a great writer. He makes the reader feel the emotions he is trying to convey. In my experience, I have never once felt Oda forcing something to me. It was all a natural flow of emotions and moments. Even Oda, when writing his first movie, told he did not want to force emotions on his audience. He wanted to have a build-up so that those moments could feel more natural. That is why the setups in One Piece are given so much love. Another theme I want to talk about is about smiles. what smiles represent is honestly so sad. Smiles are artificial devil fruits made by Caesar Clown. These devil fruits give you zone abilities, but those come with a catch. Smiles have a 1 in a 10 chance of giving you powers. Only one fruit is ideal, while the rest 9 take your sad away. Hence the name Smile. In Wano, one of the best moments in the arc was the sacrifice of Yasue. After the rule of Kaido, the people of Wano had no food or water to sustain themselves. Some of the manga panels were honestly so sad to read through. Orochi laughed at the people for not being able to fill their stomachs. He distributed the defective fruits to the starving people for fun. All the people of Ebisu town ate the fruit despite knowing the side effects of the fruit. The town residents could not even cry when their loved one dies. When their stomachs are empty, they can only laugh. So when Yasu gets executed, they can only laugh while tears fall from their eyes. The Ebisu town's laugh will haunt me for the rest of my life, especially Toko's laugh. It tore my heart away. When she was trying to save her father through the fake miracle oil of Usopp, I just felt the grief she was feeling. Yasue will forever be remembered as one of the best side characters of One Piece. This moment is the reason why Smile sickened me to my very core. Remember Koala, the human fisher tiger saved from slavery? At first, even if she was scared, she always carried a smile. So isn't that the smile fruit? Doflamingo back in Sabaody declared that smiles are the future, not slaves. Throughout Wano, you see the samurai losing hope. The proud samurais lost their pride through smiles. The control you get by making people eat them is so terrifying. Smiles are slavery with lesser steps. Those were the two main themes that touched my heart when talking about One Piece. But the themes are only one aspect of the anime. I think One Piece has the best world building among stories. However, I also think it has the best characters from stories. From one chapter characters to a flipping boat, Oda has made me feel so much in so little. Mary's death tore my heart out. This or Anohana made me cry the most while watching something. How each Straw Hat coped with farewell was so sad to look at. Zoro and Sanji were stoic for the most part, but seeing Nami, Chopper, Luffy and the MVP of that scene, Usopp faces, yeah, onions were caught that day. Mary will forever be a Straw Hat in my eyes. There are so many characters to talk about in One Piece. Each Straw Hat can be talked about for hours. This video won't have Straw Hats discussion, but just so you know, they are a family to me. The characters I will talk about in this video are Doflamingo and Corazon. When talking about One Piece arcs, Marineford is a fan favorite. It is the best arc in One Piece. However, my favorite arc in One Piece is Dressrosa. Dressrosa just tick every box for me. The new characters introduced, the island as a whole, Law backstory, and especially the villains, so many good things happen in this arc. Doflamingo is my second favorite villain of all time, and the reason for that is how he carries himself. In Doffy's backstory, we see how messed up the world of One Piece truly is. Even if they were the celestial dragons, how Doffy and Corazon were treated as kids did not sit well with me. I love how Doffy and Corazon played off with each other. Both of them had similar upbringings, but neither of them walked the same path. Corazon, through the guidance of Sengoku, became a noble person, whereas Doffy, through the Don Quixote family, became evil to the very core of his existence. In Law's backstory, how Corazon died was so heartbreaking for me. He was protecting Law the entire time and died off with a smile. I love Dressrosa because of Corazon and Doffy. Another villain I want to discuss is Hody. Hody is probably the most hated villain in One Piece. I don't think Hody is a great character, but what he represents though is just masterful. Do you remember what Hody said when asked what humans did to him? He said they did nothing to me. That was one of the most impactful lines in One Piece. The cycle of hatred is such a terrifying thing in our world. Hody has never been a racist. He was taught racism like most people at present. Many people say Fishman Island is one of the worst arcs in One Piece, but if you sit down and see what Oda was trying to convey, you will realize the genius of this arc. See, One Piece talks about real life problems in an informative and entertaining way. This video is my longest one and it is still just scratching the surface of the greatness of One Piece. I have not even talked about the foreshadows in One Piece. One recent thing I found out was the significance of laughing style of Luffy. SHISHI means to revere the emperor, mostly spoken by the samurais. Manga readers will understand why this is relevant at Wano. The love that is given to this story is just second to none. Oda has planned this so much that the laughing style of characters are a plot device. There is so much to talk about in this story, and one video cannot cover it all. I hope you enjoyed this video. More One Piece videos are coming, but for now, this will be Dungeon signing out.